Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in once again. If it's your first time stopping by, welcome to this channel. We all have heard about companies started by influential people. Usually, you'll hear certain traits associated with these kinds of people, such as intelligence, hardworking, visionary, and even forward thinking. However, it's also common to hear about their ability to take up risks. Some of you may be thinking that this video is not meant for you, but no. Risk taking is something that we all encounter, though risk taking is not so straightforward. That's why I'm dedicating this entire segment of our success series on risk taking. The number one rule for risk taking is learning about one's tolerance level. Simply put, there isn't such a thing as like for like when it comes to risk taking. This means that something that may be considered a huge risk for one person may not be such a risk for another individual. For instance, if you want to start a business with a capital of 200,000, that may be a huge risk for you because you're thinking, if this business fails, then I will go bankrupt and this will be the end of me. But if another individual starts the same business with the same amount of money, like 200,000 as capital, they'll be like, okay, if they have money, that is, they'll be like, okay, if this fails, I can start another thing. If this fails, I would look for another option because they have money probably. But that is why there isn't such a thing as like for like when it comes to risk taking. So it's very important to discover one's tolerance level when it comes to risk taking. Stress management is another important factor when it comes to risk taking. It's very rare to take up risk that will not induce some form of stress. So it's very important to know and almost welcome stress because it's going to be available. This is not going to feel good. However, when there is a possibility of failure, when there is a possibility, when you are anxious, when you are worried, stress naturally follows these types of feeling. So when you want to take a certain risk, when you want to start something, when you're doing something different that you're not used to doing, that is the form of risk you're taking, it is, you will be thinking of a possibility of failure. You might be anxious, you might be worried, and all these things cause stress. So it's very important to know how to manage this stress in order for you to reach the goal that you want to reach. In order for you to actually accomplish the things that you want to accomplish, you have to know how to manage this stress. Furthermore, risk taking requires comfort while being uncomfortable. The whole point of risk taking is that one is doing something different in their life that requires taking a step in a direction that they are not used to, which of course means that they are more susceptible to a feeling of inadequacy. They would feel inadequate or simply not prepared. That's a natural feeling when one is uncomfortable, but remember to embrace this feeling. Why should you embrace the feeling of being uncomfortable? You should embrace this feeling because if you feel not prepared, you will be like, okay, let me not do this. Let me not take up this risk because I know that I am not ready for this. But if you embrace that feeling, you know that you are uncomfortable, but you still want to try, you are going to be successful at the end. You are on the road of being successful on that path, because if you just give up, if you just don't take it because you feel like, okay, I'm not ready, then when will you do it? So it's very important to embrace this feeling. Also remember to embrace the unknown. A lot of people are scared of taking up risks simply because they are not sure of the outcome, because they don't know what the outcome will be. Although this is the central point of our segment today. So, one will never know. Just understand that it's a process, and even if you do fail, you have something to look back upon as a lesson. Most probably, you have learned a skill that you didn't have prior to your attempt, and you've also increased your ability to take up risk. So, do not allow the possibility of failure deter you from trying, deter you from taking up a risk, deter you from actually starting something. So you being like, okay, what if it fails? What if I don't succeed? What if? No, you should try it. You should try it. At the end of the day, you will learn something. You will either become successful or learn something through it. And if you learn something through it, even if it's through failure, you'll know that, okay, this path, I cannot take it next time because it did not work the last time. But if you never try, if you allow the fear to take up that space of in your heart or that space in your mind, you will never try and success, and you will be worlds apart. Finally, you should enjoy the journey of taking a risk. It should be fun for you when it comes to striving for something you don't have yet. Accept your strengths and weaknesses, but also enjoy the process of refining your skill set to improve the chances of you accomplishing the risks that you have in front of you. If you have a chance, accept you have your strengths, you have your weaknesses. Look at your weaknesses. I'm not good at this. You learn it. Oh, I'm very good at this. You modify it, you make it better. You have to understand and accept your strengths and weaknesses. This will only help you when taking up this risk, because you know, okay, if I do this, because I'm good at this, if I do this, so this will simply work. But I am not good at this. I should learn this skill because I want to do this thing. So accepting these things will only be beneficial to you. When we should also know that every company once had an opening day. So take one day at a time and enjoy the process. I want to take this time to thank you all for watching. If you haven't had the chance yet, make sure to watch our success series. It will be very informative to you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for watching until the end. Give this video a thumbs up, share this video, subscribe to this channel. It's been months, it's been a long time. Today is your day. Subscribe to this channel and let's grow together. Thank you for tuning in. See you next time. Until next time, bye.